tons and tons of them. And then he cut them down to fit specific models of Volkswagens. And he had them all packaged and ready to go. And we drove around to Volkswagen swap meets to sell these. I don't remember if they were a big hit. I do recall that every single one of our cars had one, though. But having 2 children, you have free labor. So we would travel to each one of these shows and sell the peace signs and hula dolls and little trinkets that you get out of Oriental trading. One show we particularly went to was at the headquarters of Volkswagen of North America. It was in Michigan. Not that far of a drive, but far enough to have an entire weekend trip. So we're looking at all the itinerary. The Marriott Hotel has a deal. If you're there for the show, you got a discount. And it's like, okay, a discount at a hotel? I'll do that. We get to the Marriott and realize that we were probably not the crowd that normally stays at a Marriott Inn. Because pulling up in our 1967 red Volkswagen microbus, shovels, rakes, you know the deal. We pulled up. The valet was definitely not there to park our car. They did bring out a trolley, though. And on that gold-trimmed trolley, we brought our duffel bags, boxes of snacks and pop, and the goods that we were selling, because we didn't want to leave them in the car overnight. We weren't completely familiar with the area. It was better to just bring them inside, at least the stuff that, if stolen, would be a big loss. We loaded all of these onto the gold-trimmed trolley and brought them inside the Marriott Inn. Now, there's my father, gray beard down to here, hair further down. My mother, long red hair, tie-dye dress. 2 teenagers who could care less where they are right then. Me, I'd just woken up on the entire trip. I don't remember what we did, how far it took to get there. And we go in, and it just, like I said, this was not the crowd that usually stays there. But it looked pretty good, so we dealt with it. The next day at the show, we wound up meeting some friends of ours from other different Volkswagen shows. And we asked, well, where did you stay? Oh, we stayed at the Marriott, we stayed at the Motel 8 down the street. We knew that Motel 8 because the week before we'd been in the exact same area. My dad had just gotten in touch with his cousins who he hadn't talked to in a long time. Got on Facebook, back when Facebook was just catch up with all those people you forgot that existed. And we went to his cousin's son's confirmation and baptism, and it was great. And we got to see the Henry Ford Museum and all of that. But when we went down there, or I guess went up there, the weekend before, we stayed at the Motel 8. And we get in and immediately realize that, oh, I guess this door doesn't really lock that well. The hinges are broken. Okay, that's a good sign. That chair's going right in front of that door. And then you go further into the room and, oh, looky, the towel rack. It's just hanging there. Yeah, don't use the towel rack. And does the water turn on? Well, something turns on. You can tell something's under the bed. No one's going to investigate it, but something's under the bed. Probably in the bed too, but at that point we didn't really care. Later into the night, we start hearing noises. And you know how the lights are on all over the pool outside that no one ever uses? It's even creepier when you have people screaming in the other room behind you. The room that probably was part of your room, because the walls really aren't walls. They're just 20,000 layers of paint that seem to somehow be holding the two rooms together. And we lay there in bed, find a movie on pay-per-view, and turn the volume up all the way. And we make it through the night. It was really sketchy. So after they told us that they stayed at the Motel 8, they start telling us about their evening. And the night before for them, they'd heard fighting in the room right next to them. And in their room, they had different holes in the walls before they entered and stayed. When they woke up, after hearing all the fighting throughout the night, the one turned to the other and asked, "Was that specific hole there last night?" So, just so you know, with Motel 8, the reason they keep the light on for you is so that you can identify your assassin before you leave the hotel.